The Michael Penix era in Atlanta has officially begun. He's going to be getting his first start this week against the New York Giants. They have finally benched Kirk Cousins, which is a move that happened sooner rather than later. I felt they should have went ahead and started Michael Penix last week, but it's hard to move on from somebody like Kirk Cousins when you invested so much into him during the offseason. But the NFL is a production-based business. And at the end of the day, you can't continue to stick with the guy because you paid him a lot of money when he's not playing winning football. And they got lucky that they were able to survive the Las Vegas Raiders, because that's a game that you expect the team with the talent that the Falcons have to dominate, because the Raiders are supposed to be tanking for Shador. And after the game, when they asked Kirk Cousins and they asked Raheem Morris about how he felt about his performance, both acknowledged that, Kirk didn't play well. He even admitted that, and Raheem Morris said that he needed to play better. And as soon as Raheem said that, I knew that Michael Penix was about to get the job. And what Falcons fans can expect out of Michael Penix is that, for one, you're going to have somebody that is going to come in right away and immediately provide a spark that this team has desperately needed over the last month or so, because they are 1-4 in their last 5 games. And Kirk Cousins has hindered this team's performance down the stretch because of his inability to be able to move around in the pocket. He's a statue back there, and a lot of his lack of mobility is due to him coming off that Achilles injury. And it was so bad to the point where their offensive coordinator was running the football to a certain side more favorably because Kirk Cousins was faster handing the football off when the run was going that direction, because he can't really move off his left leg because of that Achilles injury. So with his limited mobility, not only did it hinder the Falcons' offense, but it also made them more predictable. When you get in third down situations, it's easy to defend a quarterback that isn't a threat to run. Michael Penix is a fantastic athlete. So defenses are going to have to game plan around Michael Penix being able to pick up yards with his legs. Now, Michael Penix, although he does have the ability to run, don't get it twisted, this brother is a fantastic thrower of the football from within the pocket. He has elite arm strength. In the preseason, he threw a lot of great passes into tight windows and a lot of cover 2 hole shots. And his arm strength is going to increase the production that Atlanta is going to get when it comes to generating explosive plays in the vertical passing game. Because when the Falcons started off 6-3 early during this season, they were able to get a lot of big plays throwing the football. Darnell Mooney was doing a lot of damage downfield. Same thing with Kyle Pitts. Drake London was more of your possession receiver. And as we have progressed throughout the season, we started to see less and less explosives out of the Falcons passing game. So now with Michael Penix, with how good of an arm he has, he's going to be able to provide the Falcons with the ability to get more out of the deep passing attack. And overall, he's a great leader. Okay, when you listen to Michael Penix talk, he's somebody that is easy to like. He's somebody that's easy to root for and easy to get behind. And I believe that he is going to have a similar impact these last 3 games for the Falcons to what Lamar Jackson had his rookie season when he came in and went 7-1 as a starter, turned the Ravens season around, saved John Harbaugh's job, and got them into the postseason. Michael Penix is one of those kinds of quarterbacks that he's a winner, he has a great attitude, and he just changes the vibe of the franchise. Because these last 3 games for the Falcons are pretty winnable. You play the Giants coming up. That pretty much is going to be a tune-up game for Michael Penix. It's going to allow him to get his feet wet, because next week he's squaring off against Jaden Daniels, who also was drafted very high in this past year's draft, who has his team in playoff position. And there's a lot riding on Michael Penix. If there ever was a good test to figure out if this guy has what it takes to lead the Falcons to success over these next couple of decades, this is going to be it. You got 3 games left. You're on the outside looking into the postseason, and you're trying to make a playoff push. This is the situation that you live for if you're a guy like Michael Penix and you're jumping at the bit to prove yourself. Can you be able to lead the Falcons to 3 straight wins, getting them into the playoffs, and then maybe make a little bit of noise? Because the Falcons have the talent of a playoff team. If they miss the playoffs, it will be a major disappointment. There was never supposed to be a rebuilding year for Atlanta this year. When they hired Raheem Morris and they brought in this new regime, the expectation was to win this division because it was supposed to be weak and it was supposed to be an easy lock into the postseason. The talent is there. They got a good offensive line. Bijan Robinson is having an incredible second season in a breakout year. You got a lot of weapons around Michael Penix. The defense isn't that great, but the defense has slightly improved over these last couple of games. So there is more than enough around Michael Penix for the Falcons to be able to make this playoff push. And I think that Michael Penix is going to be able to save the Falcons season, or at least be able to salvage it. And what I mean by that is getting them into the postseason, because missing the playoffs, I think it's a fireable offense. Because Raheem Morris, with what we have seen over these last couple of weeks, I definitely think that there is a little bit of skepticism about if he is the right guy to lead the Falcons to success in the future. And without a playoff appearance this year, he want to be no different from Arthur Smith. So Michael Penix, I think that he's going to be able to buy Raheem Morris a little bit more goodwill over these next couple of weeks with how good he should play. Their offensive coordinator is really good. Michael Penix, he's a baller. There's a reason why I call him the Archer. He is a really prolific thrower of the football. He was day one material. And the fact that he had the luxury of being able to sit, not being thrown to the wolves early, only benefits him. So I'm excited to see what Michael Penix is going to bring to the table for Atlanta over these next couple of weeks. And I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing the Falcons still the 7th seed and they maybe pull off upset early during the playoffs, because Michael Penix is a really good quarterback.